Good evening, Jackie, and good evening, everyone out there. This is what people have been doing all evening, shoveling their driveways and walkways. This parking lot is full of cars, but if you look right over here, you can see the lines are full of shoppers. Kramer abused his power and violated ethics laws, and today the judge told him just that. The city of Springfield is turning this into this, saving the city thousands. They say if she stole that money, they want her to pay every penny of it back. More than 24 hours later, you can see this is still a very active scene. You can see they still have it roped off. He's accused of having sex with students in the band room, instrument closet, weight room, janitor supply closet, and even his own home. It's quiet right now, but come this weekend, more than 300,000 people will line up right here at this ticket counter here at the St. Helens Festival. And most of the people I spoke with today tell me they did not finish their driveways, but they will pick it back up again tomorrow. Reporting live in Dayton, Rob Sneed, 2 News.
It's our top story at 5.
Well, Mark and Katie, this is still a very active scene now. They've been out here since 10:30 this morning. Dayton police are right here behind me. Now, they have this area still roped off. Now, just beyond this yellow tape, you can see that burgundy Monte Carlo. It crashed into this fence shortly after a police chase ensued. Police tell me that Monte Carlo was stolen. Complete chaos reigned throughout Stoltz Avenue after residents heard shots fired just after 10:30 this morning following a car crash.
I was taking my daughter to school and I seen all this madness.
Alpo Jenkins is in shock as he tries to understand how something so horrible could happen in his neighborhood.
Stuff like this don't happen over here. It's crazy.
Police cars and yellow tape lined this street after a Dayton police officer shot the passenger of this vehicle and released a K-9 when they say the 17-year-old flashed a gun.
The 2 occupants emerged from that vehicle. The passenger emerged with a firearm in his hand. 1 Dayton police officer fired 1 round at the suspect, striking him in the hand.
Dayton Police Chief Beal says the pair approached a man sitting in his vehicle at a Wendy's on Edwin C. Boulevard sometime Wednesday afternoon. We're told the men flashed a gun and snatched that man out of his own car, then drove off. Chief Beal says an officer spotted the stolen car this morning and a chase began around 10:30. Just minutes later, it came to a screeching halt here at the corner of Germantown Pike and Stoltz Avenue when the driver crashed into this fence. Jenkins is glad the teen wasn't killed, but says there's a lesson to be learned.
Just pull over, man. It ain't worth it. Just pull over.
And that officer who shot that suspect, he's on paid administrative leave. Reporting live in Dayton, Rob Sneed, 2 News. Total chaos erupted on the University of Dayton's campus. You can see some crowding the streets, smashing bottles and damaging cars.
Throwing objects out of the house is totally unacceptable.
In an exclusive interview, University of Dayton President Dr. Dan Curran tells 2 News what he saw as he tried to get students back into their homes.
A lot of screaming, a lot of running around, a lot of people.
Police arrived on the 400 block of Kefauver Street around 4 this morning in hopes of getting those rioters under control. You can see one female here so out of control, she hits an officer. As the crowd grew larger, authorities used more force. Dr. Curran tells me as a whole, he's pleased with the way cops handled the situation, but says some officers took it too far.
The fact is, I was struck. I don't think that students who are standing by themselves deserve to be pushed with shields, struck. That's not the way the University of Dayton is going to approach this.
In footage you'll only see on 2 News, you can see officers escorting Dr. Curran and others away from danger following that incident. But while doing so, one officer claimed Dr. Curran made a threat.
Well, he says he's going to fire all of us, and I'm escorting him to Longview.
I showed Dr. Curran this footage. He tells me that statement the officer made was a lie. Just so I'm clear, you never told an officer or a group of officers that you would have them fired?
I never told a group of officers I would have them fired, but I did say that I would address this.
Dr. Curran would not tell me what department that police officer belonged to, but he did say it was not UD or Dayton Police. His priority now is making sure the students continue to have a safe experience on campus.
You not only have to be responsible for your own actions, but make sure that you're taking care of other individuals. That people do careless things, dangerous things.
Rob Sneed live now with the interview in our top story at 5.
Jillian's sister, Amelia Miles, is very distraught over what happened to her kid sister. But she says what she finds most disturbing is knowing her niece and nephew saw their mother murdered in cold blood.
They never left her side, and that's where they found the children, was sitting there in her blood.
Amelia Miles cannot get that horrific image out of her head. Her sister, Jillian Miles, dying as her two small children, a 1-year-old girl and 2-year-old boy, watched helplessly.
She suffered, and whoever did this will suffer too. So in whatever way, in their mind, if they never get caught, I'm sure they had to see those children sitting there.
And that's what's most disturbing to her and Dayton police. Authorities say they found the 27-year-old lying inside the house near the front door with multiple gunshot wounds around 9 o'clock Tuesday night on Parkwood Drive. And Amelia watched it all unfold on the news.
It's just sad that she's just another statistic, a gunshot murder victim in this city, and people wonder why they want to do gun control. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't they? People like this wouldn't have guns.
Amelia is doing her best not to let that frustration get the best of her, but it's challenging, especially when she remembers her kid sister's smile, her laugh, and great sense of humor.
It's my little sister. Who am I going to pick on now? You know, who am I going to have bugging me to hang out? You know, it's over.
Tonight, the children are staying with the grandmother. Right now, police say they do not have a suspect or a motive. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers 222-7867. Reporting live, Rob Sneed, 2 News.
Rob Sneed live with what Guy had to say. It's our top story at 5:30.
Well, Mark and Katie, President Guy was all smiles today as he greeted and took photos with his supporters. But when it came to addressing his recent controversial statements, he made no mention of it. An eruption of applause and cheers are what OSU President Gordon Gee heard as he made his way off his bus in the parking lot of Bill's Donut Shop in Centerville.
We get great students out of Centerville, and two, Bill's is one of the most famous donut shops in America, and we can celebrate here.
And most of these people would agree, but for Donnie Evage, it wasn't pastries that got this former Buckeye football player out here.
During the times I got injured playing football, he was the first one to call me on the phone and check on me. So when I found out he's going to be right here in my area where I'm from, I had to come out there and support him.
Evage is one of more than 300 people that crammed into this parking lot and dining area of this small shop. Co-owner Lisa Tucker couldn't be more thrilled Guy made it here.
He will be retiring the end of this month, and it's kind of a farewell for him.
Guy announced his retirement June 4th, just days after his disparaging comments about Catholics were made public. When asked about his most proud moment as president, he clearly didn't mention that. What are you most proud of as your reign as president, looking back?
I think that the opportunity to make certain that the university is the most important thing in this state in terms of affecting change and opportunity.
All of his supporters I spoke with agree with Guy and are not too focused on his recent statements.
You know, honestly, I don't know all the details. All I can do is speak from experience. He's been a great mentor and a friend to me and a lot of other people, former Buckeye players, and just regular students at the university. So I just wish him well with whatever he dives into next.
And Centerville was one of 13 stops he has made within the last 2 days. He also made a stop in Mechanicsburg today. Reporting live, Rob Sneed, 2 News, working for you.